Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's about what you expected, this testimony from Amber Heard. This I find particularly funny, more the audacity that she has to actually come on here and lie about this. Now, we saw the images on the Orient Express. Very clearly, Johnny Depp is injured. You can see that, okay? And now what you're going to hear in the testimony is Amber Heard claiming that she was picked up by the neck, slammed into a wall numerous times. Okay, numerous times. For someone to be able to do that, the force exhibited on their grip would leave marks. It's just a fact. And she says this, she was even strangled as well, apparently, with a lapel, whatever it is. And no marks. We have the photo, and then, ladies and gents, it is claimed at the end of this that Johnny Depp is completely uninjured. We can see he's injured. And Amber Heard is injured, but no marks, presumably. It's one of those kind of situations where we know they're lying, they know that we know they're lying, and they're lying anyway. That's how I view this. Enjoy this absolute shit show of a clip from today's testimony from Amber Heard. And it is genuinely a shit show. And please do share this. Get this out there as much as possible.
Thank you. Now, I'm going to take you to the Southeast Asia train trip. That was your honeymoon trip, correct?
Yes, it was.
Okay, and that was July 25, 2015?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Michelle, I'm going to ask you to bring up Plaintiff's Exhibit 162. It's already into evidence. Now, Mr. McGivern testified that he took this picture in July of 2013. Would you agree with that?
Objection misstates prior testimony.
That's exactly what he testified to.
It was
It
Malcolm.
wasn't.
I have the transcript.
I don't know. Go ahead and ask your
It's
question.
Mr. McConnelly.
Is that correct?
I believe Malcolm Conley took this on the Orient Express.
Malcolm Connolly, not Travis McGivern?
I believe it was Malcolm on that trip with us, yes.
Okay, and was it in 2013 or was it 2015?
It was in 2015.
Okay.
July.
And please describe, if you can, what transpired during this trip.
Well, the train trip itself was peaceful up until Johnny wanted to start drinking brown alcohol. He had already started drinking champagne. When I returned from the press tour, that's what he was drinking, wine and champagne. When he wrapped on Pirates 5, the plan was for us to do this honeymoon. I was walking a bit on eggshells because I know a pattern, but I was not wanting to accept that we had gone back to a pattern at all. And so we were on this train, and on the last night we were on the train, after this was taken, this photo, Johnny and I got in an argument about him wanting to be allowed, meaning wanting me to agree to him drinking liquor and being okay with it. And an argument followed that in our sleeping car. Johnny slapped me across the face and held me up by kind of got a hold of my neck and pushed me up against the wall of the cart. It was a small, narrow sleeper cart, and there were two beds, one on each side. He had me up against the wall while he was standing on the floor in between the beds, and I was on the bed, kind of half kneeling, half standing, trying to get his arms off my neck. And he was squeezing my neck against the railway car for what felt like a very long time. And every time he kind of would pull me away from the side of the car, he'd slam me up against the wall. And I remember looking down at him and trying to get his arms off of my neck. And I remember thinking, that he could not even mean to kill me. You know, I remember being scared that he wouldn't even mean to do it, and kind of looking down at him because I was slightly above him as he was standing on the ground, and kind of clawing at him, trying to get him to, you know, his arms away from my neck. I remember I had at one point he ripped the top of my shirt. I don't really remember what it was, but I remember I had a breast exposed. At some point I pull at his lapel of his shirt, and he rips the shirt off of him and wraps it around my neck. And that's how I woke up. The next morning, actually, I woke up with it still around my neck and with a giant knot in the back of my head.
Did you keep a diary at that time?
Yes, I did.
Michelle, can you bring up Defendant's Exhibit 461?
Objection, hearsay.
It is a diary, Your Honor, and I will just ask her some questions about it rather than trying to admit it into evidence at this point.
All right. I'll wait for the question. Go ahead.
What, if anything, do you recall about recording what transpired on that train?
Objection, hearsay.
I'm just asking her whether she did. I'm not asking what she recorded.
All right, I'll allow it. Go ahead. Overruled.
I wrote about what happened that night the next morning.
Thank you. Now, did Mr. Depp suffer any injuries on that trip?
Not that I saw. I have a lot of pictures from that trip, and he's uninjured.
Okay, thank you. You can take.
Also, perhaps consider checking out my Teespring store. You can find it linked down below in the description box. There's some really cool designs. There's something that you might like on there, and it goes some way to helping the channel out and kind of what I do here, and it's a good way to support and rock some one-of-a-kind merchandise designs. We've got, of course, our favourite Jasper on a Clown World staff, but then we've also got something a little bit unique, the R32 GTR, as well as a JDM Pulsar GTIR. Again, stuff for everyone, bit of fun. Please do check it out down below in the description box.